Hey, all right, another update video for you. Here we go. So, in going through my goals and objectives documents from 2025, I have to say I'm pretty gratified with what I accomplished. So I'm just going to pull it down for you real quick here. So I have two kinds of documents that I use to kind of make sure I'm running a writing business that's kind of supposed to be effective. First is overall writing objectives. This is, global, but also I had some 2025 specific things here, and I had a box of order of priorities and stuff like that. And that was really good. I actually got a lot of this done. On there, I already talked about in the last video was, getting that first book, Showdown, actually finalized. Unless an editor who I might work with, who knows, says, let's do some more. And I've got the whole trilogy outline, and that's good. I got some short stories done. I submitted some things out. And so, there's a pretty good amount of stuff done here. Then I also have writing goals for 2025. And I think I need to rename it. I don't think it's goals. I think it's just a very substantial to-do list. So, yeah, I'm working on it. And there's some stuff on here that isn't quite specified until it's on here. So that's good. I'm working on these documents now, but I wanted to just kind of give you an update on where I'm at. So a couple weeks ago, a little bit of a depressing video, such as life. These things come and go, seasons come and go, motivation comes and goes. My motivation remains okay. My excitement is non-existent. My motivation is there because, well, I'm an endurance athlete. You might not know this about me, but I've done a couple of triathlons. I've done some long-range type running with teams, with the Ragnars. I've done a bunch of 5Ks. I'm going to make a goal for by the end of the year, I'm going to do a half marathon. But I have a 5K coming up to kind of get back into it. I had originally committed that I wasn't going to do any more of this stuff until I lost 40 plus pounds because it sucks to run with this much extra weight. I honestly don't give a frick. I feel better when I'm working towards something that's hard, that's pushing me. Because we benefit from hard things. Our brains are better when we're challenging ourselves. When we gamify our life with, things that excite us, that are difficult and that are challenge to us, that's good for us. Life does that to us anyway. And sometimes we take and see those things and we're like, dang it, I wish that this wasn't happening. But if we can shift our mindset to, well, it's happening, let me see what I can get from this. That's great, what I can learn from it, how I can grow stronger. And that's the question that I've been asking myself for the last 2 weeks. This has been a hard, as pardon my French, heck process, okay? It's been challenging, frustrating, demoralizing, exhausting, very frustrating to not have had any return to me from anybody other than readers. Now, readers are big and important. That's very special. And I love having readers. And if you're a reader of my books, thank you for following along here. That's incredible of you. Thank you for reading my books. Thank you for being a reader, and thank you for being patient as I get more books out, because I've got more books coming soon. But I would love to have some industry validation, and it's very difficult. And it's really a sucky thing to be going for, because this industry is so capricious. My time in getting in the industry sucked. I'm not going to get into that, but it sucked because of, the absolute Ouroboros that the big houses over in New York were getting into. So it's been demoralizing. But I am an endurance athlete, and I will not stop. So I'm going to keep going. I just want you to know that. I'm going to keep going. I'm turning 52 in just under 3 months. 52. I'm past middle age. I am way past middle age. If I lived to 104, that would be an absolute shocker, right? Considering especially how worn down my body sometimes feels. But I am tired of holding back. So 3 years ago, I think, I did my last triathlon, and I said, I weigh too much. This is really hard. I'm putting myself through unnecessary pain. And I said I would stop. And since then, I've been trying to find, ways to not have to put myself through so much pain. Because I really do put myself through some stuff, man. And it's been good to find that I can live in a less pained state. But I also like the challenge of goals to work towards. And I thrive in those intense experiences where I am saying, I'm going to do this hard thing. And I have thrived when life has had me do that as well. So I'm going to keep doing that. I'm doing more endurance sports, and I'm going to treat my writing more as an endurance sport as well. The only thing that I liked in Hamilton was the question, why do you write like you're running out of time? For me, it's because I am. No, I'm not giving you, I'm dying. We're all ticking towards death, and I don't want to be nihilistic, but it's because I have all this stuff I'm trying to do. I have a theme. It's like a vision for what I do, and it's on my documents. My overall writing objectives updated for 2026 now reflects this. It's tell stories that animate, excite, lift, and brighten. I want to bring brightness, happiness, excitement, adventure, heroism to the world. I have a list of stories that haven't been told yet, and I will tell those stories. I will write them, I will publish them, I will market them, I will do what it takes to tell those stories. That's all in one. All of that circumscribed in one. So I want you to know what I'm going to do for 2026. This is my to-do list. I'm going to write and publish 3 more romance books. I'm going to finish my inspirational nonfiction project, which I'm not going to give you the title of right now. I am going to learn to market books effectively, or I'm going to hire somebody to do it for me while I watch them so I learn how to do it that way, because I am tired of not having any idea how to really make it work. I'm going to start drafting my Dragonscale books 2 and 3. I'm going to give it a minute because I've got an editor or a publishing house hopefully still looking at Showdown. I haven't heard back at least. I'm going to write my Demon Duelist book, maybe the whole thing. I'm going to write Sunlight, maybe the whole thing. I'm going to possibly get into writing Rage and Surge, the Bug Chronicles, books 3 and 4. I'm going to commit to a plan for the publication for my memoir. I'm going to commit to a plan for the publication of Dragonscale series. If it's not somebody else, I'll just do it myself. And dadgummit, I'm going to do a freaking Kickstarter. It's another opportunity to be rejected. Yay, I've been rejected 400 plus times. I can fork and take it. So I'm going to take it. I'm tired of holding back. I'm tired of writing in fear. I'm tired of doing this business in fear. I've been afraid of too much stuff that I can't even name. I'm just going to keep going. And reject me all you want, world. I don't give a frick. I'm not done. Okay? Rocky Balboa has arrived. I'm going to craft an outline for the next trilogy in my big Guardian Ascension series. And actually, the Dragonscale Posse is the second series in that, or trilogy in that series. I'm going to start publishing my first book as I edit it on Royal Road. And I'm going to start that really soon. I haven't got a date yet, but I'll get there. And I'm going to meticulously explore expanding beyond Amazon. Meticulous is my word for the year because I have not been. I have been slapdash in far too many things. But as I have studied deeper and more meticulously the craft of writing, my writing has improved and it's gotten more fun. It's gotten a little easier too, as I've learned how to analyze my stuff that I write and learn what it is about me that is me. What it is about me is that I write close, deep POV. I write from optimism and hope and trust from person to person. I write relationships that drive my stories, not just a character motivation, but the relationships that drive those stories. That's what I write. And it's heroism and it's adventure and it's harrowing sometimes, but that's who I am and that's what I write. So that's what I'm doing. Okay. That's my goal. That whole to-do list is huge. It's a big one. I don't give a frick. I'm an endurance athlete. If I don't do it all, I will have done a frick ton and I will have done a lot more if I didn't have those goals. So here we go. 2026, we're in the second month. I'm going to, it's at least 200,000 words this year. It's probably going to be more like 300,000 or 400,000 words. I'm going to maximize my writing time through each day. I'm going to structure my work days around getting writing done. Whereas I've been structuring them about getting stuff done and then making sure I get to some writing, hopefully. Yeah, frick that. I'm a writer. This is my business. I structure my days around that. I'm going to stop looking for a full-time job in a minute. If I don't get this one, that would be a dream full-time job. I can work full-time. And I can also write and publish a lot of books. I know how to have a lot to do and get it done. I have done that my whole life. I can keep doing it. It's not a problem. I think we all wallow. So I forgive myself and give myself some grace. I know you should do the same thing. It's okay to say, frick, this is hard. It's okay to say, that rejection hurt. Or that partnership that didn't come through, that one hurt. It's okay to say that hurt, man. That's a wound and you need to take some time to heal from it. But I'll tell you what, after you rest and let those stitches get done and the wound actually close and, the internal issues go, then you go. Then you keep the muscles going, because if you don't, like when I had my shoulders rebuilt, if I had never really gone back to work on the weights, my arms would be weaker than they'd ever been, but they're stronger than they've ever been. I had both shoulders completely rebuilt. Like the tendon the biceps tendon cut and put in a different place, and the rotator cuff shaved a lot, and like the labrum is mostly gone in this one here and on my left side, left knee as well. But if I hadn't gotten back to work, then they would barely move. I would have almost no mobility and I'd have no strength. And it all comes back to this last question that I have to ask myself and make sure I'm really keeping in my mind as I do this, as I go through the frustrations and the rejections and the hurt and the pain of this industry and of this career, this insane career that I've chosen, that it's a calling, right? It is a calling and I know it. So that means that there's a question I have to make sure I'm asking and seeking the answer for actively, because it's not a rhetorical question. And it is this: what does God want me to become as I'm refined through this process? I've certainly become a better writer, more meticulous, as I said. My writing's better. It's more accessible. It's much tighter than it used to be. But what am I to become? What is the story God's trying to tell me for myself so that I can become the character he wants me to be? Because my goal in life is to, as I said, lift and animate and excite people through stories, adventure stories. I want to glorify God and Jesus Christ. I want to raise people up. And I'm not going to lecture people, and I'm not going to have people just at the end of every one of my book bearing testimony of anything. That's just not how I write. But I know what I write, and I know that what I write can do that. And so I'm going to keep doing that, with my mission being to continue to lift and to glorify my God in heaven who gave me this gift, and my Savior Jesus Christ who redeemed me, who has redeemed me from all the choices I have made, currently make, and will make that take me away from my Father in heaven. So, that's my video. My question is, who am I supposed to be becoming? I'm excited to figure out who that is. It's me, but it's a better me. It's me as a writer who knows how to better write, maybe even how to better market of all crazy things. And my invitation to you is to ask yourself and ask God, who am I supposed to be becoming right now? Or what am I supposed to be becoming? Who are you crafting me or shaping me or sculpting me into? What am I supposed to be becoming through this process? Because it's not just about learning humility. It's also about reaching for his strength, because he will strengthen our weakness. He will make our weakness strong and strength. Alrighty. Thank you for tuning in. I love you guys. Keep reading, keep writing, keep doing your creative stuff. I'll see you on the next video.